this song? Don't even know what it could be playing. Cool. Turn down my phone. I don't know why that's going on. Hold on. I can't have that going off constantly. Okay, turn that down. Good morning, good morning, morning masterpiece. Wallflower, thank you for being here. This is gonna be fun. I'm basically using the live as an excuse to watch videos so I don't feel stupid sitting around in my house watching videos by myself. So I'm gonna drag y'all with me. You're welcome. What would you do without me? Probably do your chores. Be entertained. So it is what it is. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Excuse me. I decided to lean into my ratchet side after a failed attempt at a live stream last night that just went absolutely fucking nowhere except to piss me off. That was fun. That was good times. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. My daughter's wide awake. She knows I'm live too. I was like, guess what? She's like, okay. She don't care. She don't care. All right. I pull it up. Oh, I didn't expect it to pull up over there. Okay. So yeah, you can tell I was gonna do like chores this morning. Actually, like empty the entire cat box and like replace all the litter, and I vacuumed and I did all that. And then I'm like, I don't want to do chores yet. So and here I am. I found a channel I think might be a good fit, at least to get us started. Because what happened yesterday? Okay, I'll explain. So I was like, I'm gonna do a live because I haven't done a live in like a week, right? So I'm like, I'm gonna do a live stream. And so I went live and I was like, y'all just wing it like I do, right? I had nothing. I had nothing lined up. I had no videos. Like, you know how I usually go through my I save them in my Discord. Everything that I found was like 40 minutes long, 25, 30, 40, an hour long. And I'm like, I can't do this. Like, I cannot do this. And so I was skipping through those, trying to find shorter things. So I'm like, okay, well, let's go on TikTok. And like, I don't scroll TikTok or Instagram. I don't scroll the shorts feeds. You know what I'm talking about, you guys. You know what I'm talking about, where you like, I don't do that. And I go through like 5 videos and I'm like, all of this is trash. And then it was like the last one was like a guess, an ad for like Colon Boom. And I'm like, this is trash. All of this is trash. So I went on to YouTube shorts and they were trash. And I'm like, see, this is why I don't scroll. And then I went into some like rants, a couple of rants. And then I was like, fuck this, I'm getting off here. And I did. And I was like, I'm sorry y'all had to suffer through that. In fact, I'm sorry that I suffered through my own bullshit too. So yeah, it was just not it, because I didn't have a subject in mind. I didn't have an idea of what I wanted to do. And so that makes it really hard. Like when you have no direction, and this is not against anyone that was there. There was just like, it was like a zero motivation type vibe. Not anyone's fault, including my own. Like, it's my own fault. and people were suggesting things, which was great, but they were like long. And I'm like, I can't, you guys know how much I talk. I cannot sit here through a 40-minute video. Because if I sit through a 40-minute video, it's going to be an hour and a half long because I talk a lot, especially if it's interesting. And and you guys also know I don't want to do videos where I just sit there and stare at it because that's not fair use to me. And to me, it's just, I'll just send somebody to go watch the video themselves. You don't need me if you're just going to go watch the video. And I don't think a notification went out for this because I already had 3 videos yesterday. So if you guys found it, like, huzzah, but nobody is getting a notification, which is okay because I kind of want to keep it chill. Not like I would be flooded with like 45 people or anything. But by the way, Hateful J was in the chat yesterday. I actually talked to him on Instagram yesterday. Under Ray's post talking about how he's going to be talking to Hateful J. And Hateful J's like, I thought I was coming back on yours. I thought I was going to be on yours. I've been waiting to do yours. And I'm like, you've done mine. He's like, I know, but I thought we were going to do it again. I was like, well, yeah. And he's like, okay. And I'm like, okay. So he's going to be scheduled for May. So after Vegas, I'll have Hateful J on with me again. If you guys know who he is, if you don't, then you can figure out who he is. You'll get to know him. He's really cool. He's a super nice guy. He's super straightforward. And I've always respected his, like, he's never, like, gone down the rabbit holes of, like, the trends. When he says he doesn't want to do politics, he's not playing around. He does not want to do politics. He does not want to get into that. That is not for him. And I respect the shit out of it because so many people chase the trends and fall down rabbit holes, which, by the way, I used to love that and now I hate it. I hate it. For example, I'm talking about like music rabbit holes, like where they find an artist and they go do every single song that they've ever done. And I'm like, I can't stand it. It narrows their fan base and it makes it like an echo chamber. And I can't stand it. Because then they cut out, they're trying to follow what their subscribers want, but they get this huge influx of subscribers from a specific artist. And then they go down what those fans want because it's new input, new info, and a new rabbit hole to go down, which is fine. But then what happens when you're now focused, like you've shifted your focus from being about all of your subscribers and fans to being about this set group. And that's very detrimental, in my opinion. Anyway, so you guys, I had a question. I was just curious. I put myself in a little box like over here, and I put the video up here. Should I just keep me big and like put the video somewhere on the screen, or vice versa? I haven't decided because I didn't think it mattered, but now I'm curious because I'm not digging my poof this morning. Do you see this curl that won't quit right here? It was doing that yesterday too. I have, what did Stacy called it, a snooky poof, whatever that means. But I'm kind of digging I'm feeling happy this morning, so. Yeah, going down a solid rabbit hole just irritates me because it happens a lot with new content creators with smaller channels. And the problem is, you guys, is that they get influenced by people who jump into their chat saying, I want to help you. So these people jump into their chat. They're like, I want to help you. I'm going to show you how to grow. And then they lead them down by the hand. They lead them down these rabbit holes with these specific independent artists. And they start growing. And they're like, oh, it works. This is truth. And I believe you. And now I trust you. So then the person who's helping is now pushing them in the direction that they want them to go with the artist they want to see, which is actually stifling their growth in every other aspect. And there is a cap on every fan base. There's a cap. We've all seen it. It's actually a lot lower than it was before. During like 2022, I talk about this all the time, during like 2021, 2022, 2023 even, the cap for independent artists, like to max out on all the people that are like really gonna subscribe to you because you react to the big independent artists. You know who I'm talking about? I'm talking about Upchurch, Tom, Dax, Dax isn't really independent anymore, I guess. Um, the list goes on. You guys know who I'm talking about. It capped at like a couple 100,000. It used to be like 500,000, and now it's like down to like 200. Um, and then what happens is that they're tapped into that audience. They max out, and then they start doing other stuff to try to grow themselves again. And people throw tantrums. They're like, "Oh my god, this so and so artist did a how to bake a cake video and you didn't react to it. How could you? Oh my god!" And they get so mad. They get so mad. Yeah, Ren's one, and they get so mad, and they're like, "How dare you? You missed one, huh?" And they're like, "Well, because I only get 3 notifications a day, and I'm trying to reach new audiences and like draw on other people." And they're like, "How dare you? Do what we want." And then you have tons of people, and then if you don't, they get nasty and they're mean. And I'm gonna tell you right now, and this is the God's honest truth, and you guys know that I'm part of some of these fan bases. Fan bases are fucking mean. And I actually think that it's, if my fan base, I don't have a fan base, but if I had a fan base and they were going into people's chats and attacking them because maybe the person didn't agree with me or like what I said, I would be livid. I'd be livid. I understand that you can't control what people are going to say and do, but at some level, it's just the same as when someone says, do not go, if they're talking crap on like a content creator, do not go into their chat and be nasty to them. Like, do not do it, because they honestly care. Like, look, this is not, I'm not doing this to attack them or to send people after them. I literally have commentary on the situation, etc. Right? I would be livid if people did that in my name. And I see it constantly. You guys see it constantly too. I don't read comments for that reason, but I know all the content creators, not all of them, but a lot of content creators. And that's the reason they've backed off of some artists. And that is on multiple channels. It's not just one or two or five. It's a lot of channels have backed off because the fans are nasty and hateful, and they just don't fucking want it. Yeah, I agree with you, Wallflower. But here's the thing. I'm going to tell you something. You guys can take this how you want. And if anyone takes offense to it, well, I mean, sometimes the truth fucking hurts. But here's the thing. The reason that the fan bases on social media, online, especially like, I hate to say it, like during the week or whatever, the reason that they're so nasty is because the people, the rational, logical, hardworking people, this is a generalization, do not at me, they are back to work and living their lives. Some of us work from home. I'm a rational, logical person. I've got common sense. Who knew? But I work from home, so I'm here working. I'm right here. So I'm available in theory during those hours. But the majority of the people who are like, okay, now let's calm down here, because yes, buck the system, but also keep your fucking job. Those people are working and living their lives because they're prioritizing. The people that are, I know you guys get mad at me if you want, they're sad, they're emotional, they're looking for connection, they're looking for a community, they're looking for their people. They're lonely, they might be stuck at home, they might be disabled, they might just be socially awkward, all of these things, whatever the combination is, or they just prefer to talk online, it doesn't matter. They're online. Unfortunately, a lot of those issues, emotional, mental health issues that people connect over, cause people to act irrationally. Who knew? Who knew that mental health issues can make you be irrational? Mind blowing, right? Mind blowing. Who knew? So you get a whole bunch of emotionally charged, tends to be irrational sometimes, depending, because when you focus your whole world around these like communities online, you get worked up really easy because it's fun. It's like gaming. You get all worked up and you have fun and you get into the moment. They do the same thing, just on a different level. Do you know what I'm saying? And you guys know, and here's the thing, if someone's like, how dare you say that I'm irrational? Well, I didn't say I was talking about you, but you just did. Like, you just, and taking it in that context tells me you're irrational and tells me you're exactly who I'm talking about. So, thank you, future person, for proving my point. I only have like 2 people in here, and they agree with me. So, ha ha, ha ha. Anyway, I'm just saying, I'm not knocking anyone in any walk of life with any situation that's going on. I'm not knocking anybody. Do you? People go through all kinds of stuff. The thing is, the reason generalizations exist is because you can generalize stuff. It's crazy how that works. Do you know what I'm saying? So, for example, you can literally say, okay, people on disability are more likely to stay at home. Am I right or am I wrong? People on disability are more likely to not have as much income. Am I right or am I wrong? Because they have less income and they tend to stay at home more, they're more likely to find interaction online. You may see where I'm going with this? Do you see where I'm going with this? Due to the status of being on disability, having a lower income, being more isolated, there's a likelier chance that they are emotionally invested in the things they do and can get, for lack of a better word, I hate this word. Actually, I love using it sometimes. Are more likely to be triggered by things based on their involvement and investment emotionally into situations in this context because they're home all the time. Because it's like their world. Right? I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. I know I'm not wrong. And here's the thing, you can't say that. I say that in a room full of people that identify themselves, that I hear me clearly, that identify themselves as having mental health issues and disabled. So in other words, they consider that part of their base identity. Me, I'm a woman, I'm a mom, I'm a friend, I'm a content creator, like that's how I identify myself. People sometimes identify themselves, they are their diagnosis, which I think is weird, but okay. People that identify with their diagnosis as part of their main identity, like, hello, my name is Kat and I have autism. Like that's how they introduce themselves. I'm hand to God, that's how they introduce themselves. They'll get super fucking pissed. Like, how dare you mention anything like this? Well, because it's true. Anyway, that being said, is it wild to say, with all of that ranting I just did, is it weird for me to say that the reason that the fan bases are irrational and overly emotional for no fucking reason and attack people on a whim is because they're super emotionally and mentally invested into these situations because they have made it their identity is being part of these fan bases. And then the people that are more likely, I'm not saying everyone. See, that's the one thing. Everybody likes to focus on, I'm the exception to the rule. Okay, well, then you'll understand what I'm saying. And since you know you're the exception and you know what the commonality is, so you know what makes you the exception, which means you accept what I'm saying as the truth and you're excluding yourself. That's understandable. See, you can't pull that one on me. But that being said, is it logical to say that the majority of people who are no longer participating in the live streams and the online, I'm talking like actively online, including myself, I go online all the time, actively online for hours, being supportive, comment on everything, watch every video, they tend to shift towards the people who have that time, who are more dependent online for emotional and, interaction and things of that nature. So, that being said, if then you look at that group and you realize that a lot of them, the reason that they're in that situation, you just logic it out and you go backwards and you realize a lot of them are fucking emotionally weird, which is okay. But then don't get mad if I tell you that you're emotionally weird. Not everybody. Anyway, that's how I logic things out. That's how I come to the conclusions I come to. And people don't like it because they're like, you're being unusually harsh. No, I'm not. I'm really not. I just suck at articulating it. It's a logical thought process, in my opinion. Anyway. Okay, so I'm going to ping my Discord. I'll be completely honest. I have a problem with people who identify as a diagnosis. Like, hello, I'm so and so. This is not AA meeting. This is not an NA meeting. Do you know what I'm saying? Hi, my name is so and so, and I have ADHD. Like that. It's not that type of a meeting. So people that introduce themselves as their issues, or I don't care. It's an issue. Okay, my back is hurting a little bit. That's an issue. Okay, so don't take offense to that word. I'm so tired of people taking offense to normal words. Like, just use the English language and shut the fuck up. All right, hold on. I have a minions role in my Discord, but I don't actually have anybody with that role. I didn't make it into a role, and I should. Shouldn't I? And then I should have a thing where if I say minions, they walk across the screen. That would be kind of cute. Wouldn't that be cute? Okay, I'm hopefully done ranting like that. See, okay, Morning Masterpiece, don't be mad at me for that. Okay, you can be mad if you want. I don't ever, 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 ever think. How do I put this? I have heard people say, because I'm Latina, I go off the handle and I yell more. It's not an excuse, baby. It's not an excuse. Sorry, not sorry. You can't say that. Now, I understand that this is a little bit different. If you have some type of a mental health issue, or if you have some kind of diagnosis that makes you tend to be more blunt. I'm really blunt. I don't have any of those diagnoses. I'm not ADD, ADHD, autistic. I'm none of the above. None of it. But I'm blunt as fuck. You know why? Because my experiences have showed me that I just have zero fucks left to give about cushioning everything that I say for people. I just don't care anymore. I'm tired of hiding everything. I'm tired of people lying to me, and I'm as honest with other people as I want them to be with me, which is blatantly honest. So it's possible to be that way without a diagnosis. I'm just saying, I would just say I'm blunt. By the way, I have no tact. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that you're using it as an excuse. I'm just saying that when someone says, I have such and such, I don't automatically go, oh God, now they're going to this, and this. Because I don't understand the meaning of it. That doesn't mean anything to me. You could say, I have this, and then I'm supposed to know every aspect of that diagnosis. That to me, that doesn't. If you just say, look, I'm really a blunt person, I'll be like, okay. And I'll file that away. Like, okay, well, this person said, they told me. So when you get really blunt, I'll be like, okay, cool. Like, she fucking warned me. Or he or she, sorry. They warned me. I never know anybody. I don't guess anyone's gender because I actually called somebody for the longest time for 2 years. I thought I was a girl and it was a guy, and I felt horrible. Because I talked to them like I would a girl. Does that make sense? Wildflower, there's a delay. I have no idea what I said. That was amazing. And here's what's funny. I'm not recording any of this. None of this is being recorded. So this is just me being me and just ranting. And so it won't be in 60 frames per second if I did decide to post it, which I don't see the reason I would. There's absolutely no reason I would. No, I understand. It's just, see, here's the thing. I need a disclaimer that just goes at the bottom of the screen at all times that says, nothing I say is intentionally offensive, but it might happen anyway. I don't think that stating that makes any conversation easier. In fact, that would make it harder, because what that would do is that would immediately make me go, okay, what does this mean to you? Because, for example, I don't even know what the diagnosis is in general for you. If you said it, I apologize. I didn't see it. I'm just saying, let's say that you said I am ADD. And I go, okay, so ADD. Now I have to go and try and figure out, okay, what is ADD? What does ADD mean to you? Does everybody with ADD act the same way? Or are there different levels of it? Or could it affect you differently? And now it's not about you, it's about your diagnosis. So it's like, let me get to know you as a person. And then if they're like, dude, you really are like really fucking blunt and it's annoying, and be like, you know what, I am kind of like ADD, and that kind of, and they can go, oh, because I already know you and I know how you are, and now I understand it. Starting with that, just to me, that's not how I would approach it. But that's me. You can do whatever it is you want to do, and that's valid. I don't care. I mean, this sounds rude to say I don't care, but I do you. I'm not judging you based on how you approach things. I'm just giving context from my perspective. That's what it would do to me. It would confuse. It would make me. I would sit there and I would like overthink that statement constantly, like as if I have to apply it to everything. Like everything. Okay, is this the ADD talking, or is this you? I know that sounds stupid, but I can't articulate as well as I mean to. My brain is nicer than my mouth. Wallflower, I completely agree with that. 5 minute conversation with any of us, yeah, we tend to kind of guess who each other are. Like I've most people that I'm really good friends with, I could just after 5 minutes I knew whether I liked them or I didn't. It was pretty easy. If you see it as a characteristic of your personality, then why do you introduce yourself with that? I'm not saying you do. I'm asking a legitimate question. I'm actually curious. If you see it as a characteristic and something that is just a part of you, like I have a big ass, but I don't talk about it all the time. Does that make sense? Like it's a characteristic that I have, but I don't, it doesn't come up in every conversation. And I certainly don't say, hi, I'm Kat with a big ass. Okay, that was a really bad comparison, but you get the point. If it's characteristic, it's characteristic. Or um I don't always, I say on here I don't articulate well because I'm live and that's my job is to articulate and I suck at it. So I say it here just to kind of let you guys know that I am fully aware that I am stumbling over my words. I think faster than I speak, and so I tend to trip myself. Good morning, Bad Wolf. But I really do. And okay, so I got those pants, those TikTok leggings. Okay, but they're not from TikTok. So they're like a ghetto brand Amazon knockoff. Hold on. My Pepsi is like oozing onto my desk. So I'm getting a Kleenex to put, so when the straw's dripping, like it's, oh, my non-sponsored drink. My straw's dripping and it's gooing on my desk. And that was been annoying me for a while now. Okay, so I got these leggings. I have pictures, you guys. Hands to God, I have pictures of my ass, and I'm like, it does nothing. My floof goes where my floof wants, and my floof was like, I am stronger than your pants. And so they're supposed to like, I thought these pants are supposed to like, right? They don't. Just, what is this? This is, I'm just going to leave it there forever. So yeah, I have pictures. I'm not going to show them on here because it's weird, right? Is that weird? Here, do you want to see my butt? No, you have to respect the floof. The floof will go where the floof wants. I thought They only work if you have no butt. So basically, they take a lack of ass and make you look like you have an ass. And if you have an ass, your ass wins. My ass won. Now, don't get me wrong. The first pair that I had was like super soft. And I was like, okay, I kind of like this. The second pair, I was like, okay, I'm going to get a different pair. It's a higher rated pair. Spent like $2 more for the pair. I'm like, okay, these are going to, they're tight on my legs, like my fat calves. But my floof still won. I fought the floof and the floof won. I fought the floof and the floof won. So yeah. Didn't work. Didn't work. Like I said. But I have booty. I mean, I am not small. You guys saw the me standing there spraying Windex, right? You guys saw that? You know what I look like. I'm not tiny by any means. I mean, I can't even fit. I like this camera. It makes me look small. I'm not small. Like, this is... And all the floof. See? But yeah. I like this camera. It's making me look really trim. Like, let's go. Oh, see, then I sit down and you're like, oh, okay, now I see it. Yeah. What is that? I feel like a 50s rock star. Good morning, Bridget. I'm talking about my ass, hun. What is that? It won't. Anyway. The Windex, yeah. That was a clip, if you guys didn't catch it. That was a clip from Dance Moms. So it was meant to be irrationally, like, where you hear and you're like, wait a minute, why are they talking about Dance Moms? But that wasn't the point. The point was that it... Anyway, now that I'm done, like, with what, 30 minutes of ranting that you stayed for? What is wrong with you? I mean, thanks. I'm going to be pulling up some of these. Are you good? What's wrong? Well, yeah, he's mad he can't come in here, and that's too bad. I'm not letting him in here. Actually, I need to grab something real quick. Hold on. I'll be right back. Man, it was an epic rant. I've been ranting for a minute. Hold on, let me turn this back on so you guys can hear it. Just long enough for me to go get something. I'll be right back. Get the fuck. Back. Did you miss me? It's been like less than a minute. Did you miss me? Look at this. Look. What is that? I don't understand it. It's, by the way, it's like 80 something. No, 79. And it's humid. Like, it basically feels like it just rained, but it didn't. So, for what that's worth. I have some videos today. So, I'm hopefully going to have a more successful live. Last night's live was trash. And I was so irritated by the end, and I'm sure that everyone could feel my irritation. I was pissed. I was fucking pissed. I'm like, I don't know why I did this. I don't know what's wrong with me. Thinking I could just do this and the whole thing. So I went on rants about people and being assholes to people and how I don't speak for everyone, but I speak for myself. And it's not necessarily a reflection of anybody else's content, which I think y'all know. But still, I went on and on. And then I'm like, why am I going on and on? And then I tripped up and I forgot where I was and I started over. It was wild. And I don't want to do that again. I don't want to do that again. Superman. Yes, the girl. That's what I was thinking. My cat is livid. He can't get in here. Yes, I'm taking medicine. I'm glad you found one. Mine tend to disappear when my children come around. His TREATS are on the ground over here, like in the container, because he snuck in here last night and knocked them off of my desk. Because he just wanted to be that guy. Dude, I can't. Guys, I can't. That will drive me crazy. I did lock Felix out. You bet your ass I did, because I'm so you guys don't understand. I love my cat, okay? Hold on. I'm just here. It's like my daily vitamin thing. And if I don't take it now, I'll never remember. Let me show you guys something. Hold on. I have to be careful I don't show you anything. Some stuff. Okay. I love my cat, okay? I love my cat. What's up, Sherry? I love my kid and my cat. The cutest little twinsies. I'm trying to get it to focus. Anyway. Okay, so I love my cat, but he's a pain in my ass. You guys don't understand. If you guys understood the setup, I've said it like 35,000 times. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Buster. So this is my microphone here, okay? It's on an arm. You know what? Fuck it. I'll show you. Do not judge me for any of the mess because you guys don't see this, so I don't clean it because what's the point? Don't judge me. Okay. Here's my mouse, okay? Here's the microphone arm, okay? There's my work computers. Wait, hold on. Here's my, okay? So he's not supposed to be up here. So I put my keyboard back when I'm not working. I know it's not focusing. It's focusing on my boobs. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm trying to get it to focus. There it goes. So he sits right here. When you see his butt's about right here and his face is about here. So I'm like this to use my mouse. I have to do this when he's sitting there. And then when he's messing with the microphone, he's literally right here. So I can't touch my mouse. And then he walks over here in this area and I can't do anything. Okay. Oh, wow. That's like really high up. I don't know. I had it perfect this morning. I was really proud of my angles and stuff. Whatever. I like being higher up in the picture than lower because for some reason it makes me feel taller and I'm only 5'2", so I need to feel as tall as I can. Plus, I gotta keep my boobs in the picture. I'm just kidding. So now do you guys understand? So you see where everything's located from up here. So when he's messing with this, he's blocking this whole area. I can't move my arm. I can't touch the mouse. I can't type. I can't. Do you see what I mean? So when he's doing it, every time he touches me, he's bumping me. And he's bumping me. And he's licking me. And he's bumping me. And he's in my elbow. He just sits right here. And it drives me crazy. Absolutely wild. Oh, I hate this. I shouldn't have moved I'm one of those, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Oh, now it's like turned? I don't fucking know. Oh, now I'm tall. I'm super tall. Okay. Is that better? There we go. There we go. I fixed it. Yay. Okay, so I found videos. Actually, okay, so I found this channel. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I haven't even checked my microphone level. Should I do that real quick? Check my mic. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I found a channel that has a bunch of short-ish videos that I'm going to attempt to watch because they're about some like crazy topics, and I think that could be fun. I'm going to bring that same question up that I just had a little bit ago that nobody answered. Should I keep me big and put the video somewhere like I go to the side or something, or should I do what I've been doing and like this? Watch. That's me posting in my Discord. Why am I like greenish yellow now? Whatever. I feel like I look yellow. What should I do? When in doubt, I'm just going to leave it as is. All right, hold on. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I didn't know D-Lo was on. D-Lo's live. That's nice. Morning, Bent. Bent. Oh. He's judging the GBB wildcard official. That's what he's doing. That was a fun one to edit. Do you like it how I've been doing it like this? I hate my background. Like, I did that while I was live and I don't care. I haven't put that much thought into it, to be honest. There it is. I found it. Okay. Some of this is like 3 days ago, which is fine because things just keep getting worse. Okay, hold on. My webcam is being fucking weird. Hold on. There we go. I fixed it. Look at me. There. I look more normal, don't I? Like when I get irritated and I move it all over the whole screen. Like, okay, I'm going to put it over here today because I feel like I've been over there, but then I look the wrong way, so I have to move it back. You mean that kind of switching it up? Absolutely do that. Does anybody notice? Nobody's noticed my Pusheen with sunglasses that my daughter got me. My Pusheen. Who's just chilling, looking like a gangster over here. What's normal anyway? Why do I feel like I'm short again? Why am I so short? Am I leaning too far in? Is that what it is? I don't know. Okay, well, see, Wallflower, the reason a lot of people don't put clips bigger is because the big video can get you copyright. Like, they could do a vision. Doesn't matter. I don't care. I'm not monetized, so I don't give two random squirts about that. Okay, you guys, I'm going to do some stuff. I don't like my hair up when I have headphones on because then I feel like, I don't know, I feel weird. I feel really big. Weird. Oh, yeah, it's Pusheen. It's gangster Pusheen. Mm-hmm. See, I don't want to really, I'm not really interested in reacting to stuff. I like stuff that gives me something to talk about, something that gets my brain juices flowing, makes my brain moist. Oh, dude, I'm so going to use that. Watch. Clips that make your brain moist. Moist brain. I'd rather have a moist brain than a smooth brain. Let's be honest. Should I put my hair down? Does it matter? Because if I have my hair up, I don't mess with it, which is different. It's not an owl. Do I need to go get it? And I'm not going to prove to you that Pusheen is my kitty kitty. Pusheen is my spirit animal. I am so uncomfortable sitting here. Now that I changed my camera angle, I'm all mad. And then I hate having my hair up with headphones on because I feel like I look just like a bulbous head. Okay, hold on. I'm turning my air down. Yeah, I can't do this. That's going to drive me absolutely crazy. I can't do it. I'm sorry. Not sorry. I can't do it. Ah. I can't do it. Sorry. There. See, I feel more normal. Even though I'll mess with my hair constantly, I'll get over it. Anyway. Good morning, Amber. I don't get to see you in here very often. I'm glad you're here. I was about to do a video. And I'm super excited about it, even though it's 3 days old, which kind of sucks. So I did find this channel, and it has shorter videos on it, which I'm pretty stoked about. It's called Decoy Voice. I don't know if anybody's heard of it. I'd never heard of it. I've never watched a single video from this person ever. So, okay. We're going to do that. Sorry. This one's called Snow White losing $100 million plus, but she's making it worse. Of course she's making it worse. Of course she's making it worse. You guys know I've done tons of content on this situation and how it's just everything we didn't need and don't want. So, yeah. Why do I feel like I'm buzzing? I feel like I'm buzzing. Like the sound is buzzing. Oh, well, who cares? Hold on, let me pull it up. Oh. Commercial. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, so this is Decoy Voice. Ooh, I need to fix. Hold on. I had it set for when I was doing other stuff. Hold on. Hold on. I had it set so that I could like hide some of my personal information. Like, who knows why I'd want to do that, right? How dares I? Because, you know, don't necessarily need everybody having all my... Oh. There. Full. Now it's full. Full. I'll probably be on top of the video a little bit. Who cares? Get over it. Snow White losing $100 million plus, but she's making it worse. This is by Decoy Voice. I'm going to put the link below when I repost this. I'm hoping this is a good one, you guys. This might be a new channel that I want to stay in the rabbit hole with. You know, if I like you, I'll stay in the rabbit hole and we can, you know, hang together. Anyway, let's go. Let me turn the sound on.
Snow White finally released in theaters, featuring nightmare-inducing CGI and instantly forgettable songs.
Okay, to start a video like that, I am here for it. That face. I can't with this. This is weird. Just, she looks like a skull with hair.
Finally released in theaters, featuring nightmare-inducing CGI and instantly forgettable songs. It's apparently gonna lose Disney over $100 million at the box office. With its
It already has. If anybody hasn't figured that out, it was supposed to make a couple $100 million. They've spent like $500 million on the movie, and it like made under $100 million on the opening weekend, which is wild that it would be that low. Anyway, just saying they've lost so much money on this. And then someone asked, Explain to me what Elon. I think Elon said, what did they spend 500 million on? Like, what cost that much money? It certainly wasn't her.
It's abysmal 1.5 out of for $100 million at the box office. With its abysmal 1.5 out of 10 rating on IMDb, it's now less liked than the Human Centipede that got a 4.4. And obviously it's
The Human Centipede got 4.4. I can't. I gotta do this. Sorry. That's irritating me that I can't see that you guys can't see the whole thing. So I'm gonna like share the screen a little bit more, just because I want you to see more of the video. Does that make sense? So I'm gonna kind of offset it a tiny bit, but not much. Okay. I'm doing this for y'all. You're welcome. There. We'll do that. Is that better? So I'm not covering as much of it. Anyway. Whew. Oh, that was so funny.
Now less liked than the Human Centipede that got a 4.4. And obviously it's apples and oranges, but it doesn't take away
His voice being coming from this person just crack. I love it. Why is that awesome? Why is that so awesome? His voice, when you see him, you don't think that that's what his voice will sound like. I don't know what I thought he would sound like, but it wasn't that.
from the fact that Disney's new Snow White is objectively horrible, as casting Rachel Zegler from the fact that Disney's new Snow White is objectively horrible, as casting Rachel Zegler as Snow White was a decision that immediately put off over half its potential audience, where some reviews were just memes rooting for the apple, but also
Rooting for the apple? What? Hold on. She's creepy. She's like a skeleton, a walking skeleton. Sorry, not sorry. Oh my God, get off my screen, lady. I'm trying to get to that freeze frame. I want it for a picture. Oh my God, lady. I'm so tired of seeing your skeletal self. This is like the male gaze is all about this. Here it comes. Y'all, I want this for a thumbnail. That's why I'm doing. Oh my God. I want this for a thumbnail. I don't care. You guys have to sit here and wait for me to do this. I'm just kidding. I want to make a stupid face. Sorry. I'm just kidding. I'm actually not taking screenshots right now, but there. Okay. I'm just saying. I mean, hey, people like what they like, and that's fine. As a woman of size, to see that, y'all, is, if this is the ideal woman, I'm fucked. And not in a good way. Okay?
Some review White was a decision
Wait,
that
I have to one more time. This whole sequence with her and the facial expression and her is just, it's epic.
Objectively horrible, as casting Rachel Rachel Zegler as Snow White was a decision that immediately put off over half its potential audience, where some reviews were just memes rooting for the apple, but also explaining how boring it was for kids, how miscast Rachel was, lacking the warmth of a Disney princess, with the only positive review I saw talking about how the movie is a perfect place for privacy and a nap. Now, it would be one thing if the masses just review bombed the movie, and it actually had redeeming qualities despite the trolls online, but
His voice is intriguing. Online. 1 star. Of course it's 1
review
star.
bombed the movie, and it actually had redeeming qualities
He's
despite
breathing
the trolls
out as
online.
he speaks.
But he
Does that make sense? He's breathing out as he speaks, which is kind of, it's a whole choice, and I'm kind of here for it. I like his voice. It's interesting without being too interesting.
review bombed the movie, and it actually had redeeming qualities despite the trolls online. But even left-wing outlets called the movie toe-curlingly terrible, the most controversial Disney adult nightmare ever, and good enough for television. Now, I'm not gonna deep dive into why the movie was technically horrible when the critical drinker already did it 10 times better than I ever could.
I watched that video. If you guys haven't seen the Critical Drinkers review of Snow White, I think it was something like, if I watched Snow White so you wouldn't have to, one of those. It was a really great one. And I think if you guys know who Nuxenor is, if you've seen my channel, you probably know who he is because I talk about him. I totally love the Nux ridiculous amounts. He did a dive into the Critical Drinkers video. I think Asmongold did as well. So you can go through any of those avenues to see any of those videos. And I'm telling you, it's worth a watch. Watching people react to to that video or just watching the video itself. Anyway, that's what he's talking about. There you go.
Was technically horrible when the critical drinker already did it 10 times better than I ever could. But the main reasoning I think this movie was doomed at inception is Disney's lack of universally likable movie stars, as Rachel Zegler is phenomenally talented.
In his research, Dr. Morrison identified a paradox.
But to the people that aren't already bought onto her stardom is off-putting.
That despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them.
Okay, can we talk about this real quick, you guys? Why is her forehead like, okay, so people come in all shapes and sizes. Okay? I cannot look away from the fact that her head, top of her head is like 7 times bigger than the bottom. I have a shaped face. This is not, these like are proportional. It's an upside down pear. Okay. I'm a right side up pear with my hips and my body. She's an upside down pear.
That at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
I'm a narcissist.
No shit.
Was gifted very good cheekbones from God, which is something I...
Oh, baby, my cheekbones are better than yours. Don't play with me. Mine are way better than yours. The fuck is she talking about her cheekbone?
Was gifted very good cheekbones from God.
You're contouring, bitch. I don't contour. I don't do any face makeup whatsoever, and I don't need it. And on my skinnier days, the days that I feel less floofy, you'll see my cheekbones stand out. And when I do pictures, they do. That is contoured to shit. And it's also off-put by the fact that your forehead is... Bitch, listen. Okay, sorry.
God, which is something I thank him for constantly.
Oh, I'm
But
sure
I think
you
the
do.
real issue happened over a year ago when we covered this initially, where she went from criticizing the source material
I'm picking her apart because she irritates the shit out of me. And if people are mad at me for that, oh, don't be mean to her. I'll be whatever the fuck I want. I don't care. What is she gonna do? Be mad at me? Who cares? Nobody likes her anyway. I used to have, okay, so real talk. Real talk. I had an ex-boyfriend when I was in my teens and he had, you know, cerebral palsy. Don't ask. I don't want to talk about it. He laughed like this when he would laugh and it would drive me crazy. I'm like, can we just not make him laugh? Because he exaggerated it on purpose because he thought that people thought it was funny, like it was cool. So he did it more and people were like, whoa. And so that's why they were laughing. It's like one of those things where people make stupid noises and then, like my kids do it all the time. My kids do that shit all the time. They're like, and someone goes, oh, that's funny. And so then for some reason, for 7 more months, they're like all the time for no reason. This, I don't think is a whole ass choice. Maybe that's a choice from her. I don't know. It irritates me, you guys. It makes me think of that ex that I'm hoping the world took out by this point in his life. You know, and people are trash. People are trash, and trash needs to be taken out once in a while. Just saying.
Year ago, when we covered this initially, where she went from criticizing the source material.
There's a big...
It's the curling the underlip. When that's the go-to, that's the thing. It's a choice. That's why I'm saying it's a choice.
When we covered this initially, where she went from criticizing the source material.
There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird.
But after Backlash, suddenly switched up to love it.
The cartoon's so beloved. It's like a monumental moment in film history. All of these amazing things that happened for that film are the reason that you and I really get to sit here today, because it made Disney what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But what we missed in the interview was this response.
Because it's hard being women under the spotlight. People are so critical and just say anything that they would never say to your face.
No.
So yeah, how has that been for you, being able to navigate it?
Just as you said, it's like choosing to be present and know that they are probably just having a really hard day.
Yes.
And I am putting out a movie.
Amen. That's right.
Now, I can personally understand not listening to anonymous accounts online trying to tear you down, but it doesn't necessarily make you likable or charismatic to remind your audience that you don't need to listen to their opinions because you're in the movies, which makes you so much more superior to them. As at some level you might be right, but you won't be liked. This same situation happened over a decade ago with LeBron James.
Yes.
At the end of the day, all the people that was rooting on me to fail, you know, at the end of the day, they got to wake up tomorrow and have the same life that they had before they woke up today. You know, they got the same personal problems that they had today. You know, and I'm going to continue to live the way I want to live and continue to do the things that I want to do with me and my family and be happy with that. So
We're fans and
I don't think that wasn't a bad opinion. That shouldn't have been a problem. Here's why. I'm going to wake up tomorrow and I'm going to live this life that I've been living. You're going to wake up tomorrow and you're going to live the life that you've been living. They're different. The point, I see his point as more, I don't agree with this at all. At all. I don't think that that's what he was saying. I think that, okay, I could be completely wrong. I know nothing about LeBron James, and all of my guy friends are going to be like, you know, I don't know anything about him. I just know his name and that everybody's like, oh, LeBron. Okay, whatever. I don't think that's what he meant. I think that the fact is it doesn't matter what you say. You're still going to be you and I'm still going to be me. Your opinion is not going to change anything. You're still going to live your life and I'm still going to do what I want. I think that's what he was saying. I don't think he's saying you're a fucking loser and you spoke, so shut the fuck up, you peon. I don't think that's what he was saying, in my opinion. You can disagree with me. I don't care. Give a shit. Man, I'm never getting through this video. I'm sorry.
And Mass saw it as, at least when I wake up, I'm still LeBron James and not any of you losers. Social media brought in this new generation of low self-esteem stars. Whether they're in the NBA or Disney movies, they have this sort of adversarial fandom. You either like me or you're the enemy. They treat viewers like I treat stray cats I see in the street. I'll try to convince them to come over and be my friend, but if they pompously walk away ignoring me, then I'll switch to whatever. I don't even want to pet you anyways, you probably have fleas. The problem being, Rachel Zegler isn't the only Disney star to see detractor fans like this.
Why is everybody putting up with ads like it's 20?
As John Boyega from the Star Wars films recently went off on Star Wars fans.
This guy irritates me.
Star Wars always had the vibe of being in the most whitest elite space. Like, this franchise is so white that it's like a black person existing in that was something. And some Star Wars fans tried to say, well, we had Lando Calrissian and had Samuel L. Jackson. It's like telling me how many cookie chips are on the cookie dough. I'm like, bro, it's just, they just scattered that in there, bro. But once...
Okay, so what are you saying? That you're saying that, like, it doesn't matter how many chocolate chips you put into a chocolate chip cookie, it's not chocolate? Well, no fucking shit, Sherlock. I don't know. His logic isn't lot. I just can't. You guys, I went off on this yesterday on the live stream. It's under the members only. You can hear me talk about all of these things about this whole type of vibe that I was talking about how people identify themselves as something, and then you're like, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to talk about it again. I ranted enough. He irritates me.
Once we lead, once we trailblaze, it's like, oh my god, it's just a bit too much.
It's that common theme of Disney hiring actors that absolutely hate the franchise's existing fan base.
Right?
I said it in the last video how this is the equivalent of getting a lead singer on a Christian rock band that doesn't like the Bible, then being upset when the fan base turns on the band. Because Boyega going off on Star Wars fans over the lack of black representation is nonsense. He's complaining about being the only black guy, but 1/4 of the new main characters. Just makes me think he'd only be happy if he was personally represented in the entire cast, which would have some pretty bizarre implications for the storyline, but more importantly, these movie franchises should focus on creating a fun experience, not coddling the fragile emotions of rich movie stars. Because let's be clear.
Say that again, sir. Yeah, what I went off on that live yesterday was the whole I don't need to be represented. I don't need to see myself on screen. I don't need to identify with every character and every aspect, and they need to reflect me perfectly and exactly. That's just wild thinking. It's ridiculous. Anyway, besides the point.
He's not mad at Star Wars fans. He's mad at China for forcing them to diminish his role, where many of
they cut him out of it.
At Star Wars fans. He's mad at China for forcing them to diminish his role, where many of us thought he'd either be the protagonist or the protagonist's love interest. What was relegated to this nonsense that just seemed like tedious side quests. And that was the same complaint about everybody's roles in those movies. Rey, Luke Skywalker, and even the droids were almost a chore to listen to between the space battles and lightsaber duels, but only one of those movie stars took to an interview to blame racist Star Wars fans. And until Disney discovers this is why their movies are failing, they're doomed to lose billions more at the box office. As Rachel Zegler has always had something to say, either about women being torn down, or how Trump supporters should never know peace, or how she's sorry she just got emotional. Meanwhile, successful movie stars seem to only be...
Is that Tom Cruise? Is that Tom Cruise? No. No. Is that Tom Cruise? What the fuck? Okay, I get it. I thought he didn't age. I thought that he was like Illuminati, Scientology, preserved for life. And yes, Wildflower just said, can we go back to when actors represented characters as opposed to the other way around? Thank you. Thank you. I agree with that completely. Fuck. God, I'm getting old.
Sorry she just got emotional. Meanwhile, successful movie stars seem to only be seen talking about making movies.
Yes.
I'm very grateful to be here and to be part of this whole time period. Had we not had the community here to say we will support you in making what we wanted to do. I was always curious, like, what's that person like? You know, I want to sit down and talk to them. I want to live in their world. Constantly pushing myself. That's why I wasn't going to just make this movie. It was 36 years. How many places I went, how lucky I am. And people asking for this. I did not want
to Top Gun.
Now, does Tom Cruise have parts of his personal life that can turn away potential audiences? Probably more than most leading men.
Yeah.
But the idea that he doesn't use it to shame potential audiences is the key difference. Tom Cruise may very well vote Democrat every single.
That's true. He does not use his... He's got stuff in his life that a lot of people don't agree with and think that he's crazy weird for, which is fine. I think everyone should do what they want to do in life as long as it doesn't harm other people, you know, or put people in danger, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you in your own context. But Tom Cruise doesn't use his influence to demand that you conform to what he wants, or else. What the fuck are you gonna do? Act badly? Like, what do these people think that these fucking actors and actresses are gonna do if you don't do what they say? Who fucking cares? Do your job. Do your job. Just saying. By the way, there was a really funny post by J.K. Rowling. Harry Potter author. You know who I'm talking about. I'll pull it up in a few minutes. Anyway, let's get back to this. I almost got through it, you guys. Almost.
Single election cycle, but I wouldn't really care, as he doesn't try to shame me for not having his same values. He doesn't go out attacking people for not liking Mission Impossible, and they don't shoehorn in liberal or conservative values into their movies. And that's why in an era of box office flops, films like Top Gun Maverick and John Wick 4 can still make millions. As with Tom Cruise or Keanu Reeves, I'd probably go see any of their new movies in theater. As one, they're just good mindless entertainment while I devour a family size of popcorn and nachos. But also, I know when I trash The Matrix 4 for being a terrible film, Keanu's never gonna boot up his selfie camera for social media to call me a racist, saying, well, at least when I wake up, I'm still a millionaire movie star and not some weird sounding Asian dude with an overbite. Because that's just mean. And now I'm self-conscious over a comment a fictitious Keanu Reeves made about my teeth. So stop trying to rewind this video. Just, if you appreciate my concise, light order commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality, hopefully I've earned your subscription, then go check out the video on how these unhinged Tesla protesters are finally finding out.
They're fucking around and finding out. What'd you guys think? I love his content. I am so here for this. I hope you guys are going to go subscribe to him. I'm going to link everything down below. That was a well put together video. It was entertaining. It was engaging. His voice was great. I loved it. That was awesome. And, you know, I 100% agree. That's the whole thing, is that, like you said, they're supposed to be representing characters. They're not supposed to be representing, that doesn't make any sense. Their job is to act out a story. Their job is not to properly represent, you know, everyone watching the TV. Just before I go, I have a little thing just to say. I just think this guy is awesome. I was completely shocked by his voice. I thought it was really nice. I appreciated it. He already goes, I'm sure he goes far. I don't even know what his subscriber count is. I don't look. 766,000. He deserves every bit, and he deserves way more. He's just going to keep growing. He's awesome. Anybody that's mad at me for talking shit, I don't care. I'm allowed to say what I want. And if I don't like how someone looks, guess what? It's not required. I don't have to be nice about someone every time that they laugh and having a bigger forehead than my ass, which is hard to do. Anyway, tell me what you think. I'm going to put the links down below. I'm going to stop recording now. Okay, bye. Okay. I stopped recording, but I'm still here. So I was going to tell you guys about something. And by the way, I see you guys. I see you guys coming in. I see Stacy. I saw Damien. I know he had to go to bed. Renee, hey, how are you? So I was watching something last night. I generally do not hit the thumbs down on like anything, because I don't see the purpose. Like, if I don't like something, I just click off of it. Sorry, my eyes, blurry. If if I don't like something, I just click off of it. I don't necessarily leave mean comments, and I don't hit the thumbs down. I don't see the purpose. To me, that just doesn't make sense. I don't care. Okay? Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I was watching a video last night on Netflix. I was looking for a new show because my daughter is taking her fucking time watching Supernatural with me, so I can't just like go through all of the episodes. I've done it like 8 times before. But she's watching with me now. Oh, sorry. Oh my God. So I have to wait. So anyway, I started watching this show. I was looking for a new show to like binge watch while I work and stuff. And I found The Pulse. I don't know if you guys know what this is. I will show you. So I'm looking on Netflix and I see this show. It's called The Pulse. And it's a medical drama. Okay. Why does nothing ever open up in full screen, anymore? It used to, where it would like be big, and now you have to like click like 6 times to get to anything. So here is this show. It's called Pulse. Lights, Camera, Medicine. I don't know why it says Lights, Camera. That doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense with the context of the show itself. I mean, watching the first 2 episodes, I'm telling you, this makes absolutely no sense. There's not like there's a camera crew or like they're on a reality show or that they're even in the show on a reality show so that there would be cameras there. It makes 0 sense. So this show, if you haven't figured it out, I'm not a fan at all. So this show, I sent Stacy a message and I was throwing a tantrum. I said, this is the most unlikable main character I have seen in a really long time, which is super hard to do because I'm obsessive about my main female characters. I cannot stand the dumbassery that people write into their female characters nowadays. I think it's absolutely unhinged. To have these super strong but stupid women. They're smart, but they're not smart. They don't need anyone, but they are always in trouble because they won't accept help. Like stupid shit. Anyway, she's nothing like that. She's just an obnoxious, irritating bitch. I can't stand her. First episode, couldn't stand her. This is my review on Pulse, okay? Spoiler alert. If you don't want spoilers, click away now. I'm going to spoil the fuck out of this from my perspective. And if you don't like it, then don't like it. That's fine. So Pulse is about this, I am assuming, and I haven't got all the information. So this is off of me watching 2 episodes last night. Okay. First episode and the second one, hoping that they would save it. They didn't. Spoiler alert. This is all spoilers. I'm going to tell you what it's about. So Pulse is this medical show. It is completely fictitious. It is absolutely not, it's not like a reality type thing. Okay. And I'm making myself bigger because honestly, I'm just talking, but I'm keeping this in the background so that you have something else to look at. Okay. So it's a medical show. And it starts off, okay, so I understand the weird camera stuff going on. So they start off where I think it's Miami. It's a Miami hospital. They're the only level 1 trauma center. There is a hurricane coming. It's approaching. It's about to hit. Dun, dun, dun. It starts out with a bus falling off of a bridge into a river. Mind you, the writing, I'm going to tell you right now, is shit. Because if you have a bus that falls off of a bridge into a river, and then all of a sudden you're bringing all of those patients into your ER, and not one of them is drowning or drowned. Yeah. Anyway, that's one pin I'm going to put in that one. I'll get back to that later. So the main character is going to be this woman and this guy. My computer is just not working with me. Okay, so What am I even doing? I'm messing with stuff. I shouldn't be messing. What am I doing? I'm messing with my background. Who cares? Let's leave it like this. Okay. So this woman right here is a medical student. She's like a resident, right? So she's gotten past her medical student status. She's in the resident state. He was the chief resident, from what I can tell. They work together. The entire series starts up, right, as a Me Too thing. So she reports him for sexual harassment in the workplace. Okay? So obviously people in this ER, while dealing with this impending hurricane, are dealing with the dynamic of, do we believe her? Do we believe him? He's a nice guy. So all of this stuff starts happening. He's working with her. She is the most bitchy, standoffish, unlikable person. Her character is trash. She is Rachel Ziegler levels of skinny. I mean, she's literally like a stick. I get it, but it's one of those like emaciated type vibes. I don't necessarily like seeing that. It creeps me out, and that's a personal opinion. You guys can agree or disagree. I don't care. As a woman of size, I prefer to see a little meat represented on the screen, okay? Represent the meat. Wait. Anyway, sorry. Not really sorry. So anyway, she's an absolutely trash and likable character. She's not a good person. She's rude. She's nasty. She's mean. She's irritating. She's weird. She's snarky in a rude way. Like, she's not even snarky like in a good way, where it's kind of like, that was kind of funny. It's never funny. It's never nice. It's never good. She's never a good person. She's always a bitch. She is selfish. She's self-absorbed, and she's rude. Okay. So she accuses him, and immediately she gets promoted to his job. So of course people are like, I wonder if this was her doing this to get the job or whatever. He's like not mad about it, but kind of like, why didn't you talk to me? Because, you know, all men are pussies nowadays. Why didn't you just talk to me? And she's like, she's just standoffish and just weird. So anyway, there's all this stuff going on. You have the main, not the chief resident, but like the lady in charge of all of the residents. She's bitchy too. They keep going into speaking Spanish, and I have to constantly, like, I watch out of the corner of my eyes, so it's really hard for me to like, oh, they're speaking Spanish now. And so I have to go read the captions because I don't speak Spanish, and I'm not watching the movie. I'm actually like listening because I don't know, folding clothes or something. So anyway, they keep lapsing into Spanish for entire conversations. So that's a whole thing that they're doing. Her daughter, that lady who's in charge of the residents, her daughter is in the bus crash. She's mad because they didn't tell her, and she's like she's up in that room the whole time, and she's mad about everything. And it's just, there's all this stuff going on. So anyway, this chick keeps having flashbacks, and the flashbacks, one of the first flashbacks is her and this guy in the shower getting it on. Now you tell me how to make that make sense. Make that make sense. Because I'm sorry, but I wasn't aware of the Me Too movement counting when you're already fucking the guy. You're already screwing the guy, and so now you want him to what? Not fuck you anymore because you feel like you're too vulnerable, which I can just see where this show is going. I stopped watching, by the way. I'm not going to watch a single, so however it ends, who gives a shit? But to get somebody to stop, like you guys are together and then suddenly you're not, and now you want him to just leave you alone so you like don't harass me, and then you report him after you already, I don't know. I just feel like a consensual shag kind of negates the whole harassing me without my consent thing. I don't know. I'm not saying that you can like, I understand if the situation changes. That's not what I'm talking about. I think you guys get what I'm saying. because the flashbacks were also alluding to, they were talking and like, well, hey, and she's like, and he's like, you did a good job. She's like, oh, thank you. And then he's like, and she's like, I'm sure I'll pay for that later. And he's like, yes. And he's like, and she's like, oh, like about to kiss her. And she's like, ah. She freaks out. And he's like, oh, my bad. And she's like, suddenly, all of a sudden, the whole dynamic changes and he's a predator after her. And it's like, no, that's not how, it's not. And every interaction between them, he's kind and he's nice. And she's a bitch every fucking time. She's a bitch to her coworkers. She breaks down the glass on the outside of the gift shop so that all of the staff has somewhere to sleep. She's like, we need somewhere to sleep. So she just shatters it. She's like, have someone clean that up. You cannot make a more unlikable character. And here's what's funny. I'm going to bring it up. Give me a second. It'll take me a second to get this brought up. I actually asked ChatGPT because I'm like, is it just me? You guys don't even understand. This cracked me up. The Pulse show on Netflix. I asked ChatGPT last night, you guys. The main female character, the MFC, she's unlikable. It says, Netflix medical drama Pulse, the main female character, Dr. Danny Sims, portrayed by Willa Fitzgerald, has garnered criticism for being unlikable. Critics have described her as bitchy and irritating and noted that flashbacks are getting super annoying. Additionally, the show's handling of sensitive topics such as the Me Too inspired storyline involving her has been critiqued for lacking depth and clarity. These factors contribute to the perception of Dr. Sims as an unlikable protagonist. Stream it or skip it. Let's click on it. Hold on. Let me change my size here. Hold on. I just undo all the shit that I did earlier so that you can see better. Skip it or stream it. Oh, fabuloso. Where an ER in Miami operates as one resident accuses another of sexual harassment. The entire basis of this show, which by the way I didn't realize from the synopsis, is that one resident accuses the other of another of sexual harassment. That is the premise of the whole fucking show. That is the point of the show. It's not about medical. It's not about the dynamic within an ER in a tough situation, a level 1 trauma center. It is sexual harassment. That's literally the premise of the fucking show. They made a whole show. Here it is right here, you guys. There's the two main characters. Okay. This is an official trailer. I might get nailed for this. I might have to cut this out later. So I'm just going to do it right now. I'm just going to play the trailer for you guys because it's here. Why not? You guys ready?
Hey.
I don't want to get chief because we're sleeping together.
Oh, boy.
Oh, there you go. I don't want to get chief because we're sleeping together. She's sleeping with this guy. Actually, I'm not going to make it big screen because you know that'll get me nailed.
It's not fair.
You're panicking.
Of course I am panicking.
You wanted this.
See?
Oh, God. Sorry.
Okay, I got 2 incoming.
Bus crash on their way in.
With an amputated hand.
He's critical.
Law enforcement, show me to the chest. BZ's crashing.
Let's go.
Let's intubate her.
You need to move faster.
We should start compressions.
We can't wait.
He's gonna code 3, 2, 1. Checking for pulse. Anybody have a pulse?
Does anybody have a pulse?
This woman's life. How does that feel?
Amazing.
Okay, it is not about the butt. If you guys, I don't think I need to show anything else. Is there anything decent or interesting? I just want to show how much of an asshole she is.
No idea what actually happened.
We'll need to appoint a replacement. I have chosen Danny Sims.
So she gets
You
promoted.
can't promote me.
It shouldn't be me. I'm sure you'll prove to us why it should be.
There's the chick who's
Gonna be great.
As Hurricane Abby makes a turn towards Miami.
And those Sims.
Sí, lo es. Y espero que tenga la misma
See, they
confianza
keep
en
going
mí.
into Spanish.
The storm
They're like,
is
hey
gonna be a
guys,
direct-
we also speak Spanish. Just for those audience members who want to be represented on screen. Ah, sorry.
But we are understaffed.
Excuse me, where's the Russian? I don't see you speaking Russian.
It would be to everyone's benefit that Dr. Phillips stays to help.
Okay, so she gets promoted into his position, and then the lady makes him, after being accused and being replaced, stay to help everyone. The fuck? Like, do you guys see where I'm going with this? Do you see where I'm going with this? Do you see why I'm so Ask Stacey, this irritated the shit out of me. I ranted, and then I sent her the chat GPT thing.
Do you agree, Dr. Sims?
Yeah, it's a hurricane. I'm not risking lives to avoid awkwardness.
If you go 1 millimeter too far, she dies.
Okay, no, we can.
Vitals are improving.
Suffer more than the people you hurt, because if you do, maybe
Around you. I can't think. I can't breathe.
See, they were dating.
We're in the eye of a hurricane. As a medical professional.
that's ridiculous.
I'm not afraid of pregnant people.
Oh.
Okay, so they don't actually show how much of a pain in the ass and how much of a bitch that chick is, but she really, 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 really is. Anyway, that is Pulse. Pulse, I hit the thumbs down and I said I don't like it, and I never, never, never do that, y'all. Like, I don't do that because I don't see the point. I wanted to make sure that some poor person that thinks that they're going to watch a medical drama is not like duped into watching that. That is absolute trash. It is absolute trash writing. It's absolute trash premise. It's an absolute trash concept. And they're promoting it. They're promoting it. If you notice, I didn't really mention the Me Too shit. They're promoting it as, oh, you know, the dynamic of a hurricane hitting a level 1 trauma center and all of the people dying. Excuse me. What they don't tell you is that the coach from the bus that falls into the river, okay, he refuses surgery. He won't get surgery. He's like, no, I gotta make sure all my kids are okay. I gotta make sure they're all okay. And then he refuses to have surgery, and it causes all of these like conversations where in the middle of this crisis, she has the time to sit down and like allegedly lie to him. She lied to him about something. They also have an ER resident doctor who's in a wheelchair because, you know, that makes sense in an ER to have someone in a wheelchair who cannot access the patients, as if that would really happen in real life. It wouldn't. They would be limited. That's how that goes. But the coach refuses to get surgery for like the entirety of an episode. And then all of his students come outside the door and go, coach, coach, coach. He's like, okay, I'll have it now. And they wheel him out and he's like crying. What the fuck? One dude loses his fucking hand. They have to go find it. And that's like the introduction of a paramedic and one of the doctor. It is bad. It is so bad, you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed my review of Pulse from Netflix. It sucks. Do not watch it. Do not recommend. 2 out of 10. Like, you could leave it on in the background if you like needed to take a shit or something. Just saying. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you don't enjoy that. That was trash. It was absolute trash. Do better, writers. You're supposed to be writers. You suck. Suck. There's my first show review. You're welcome. Do you guys like my show reviews? Because you have no idea how many opinions I have bottled up in this package. Just saying. I see you. Morning. Have a good day. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. TD, welcome in. I saw you pop in here. I know people are coming and going, and that's completely fine. I understand. The fact that you even stopped in at any point in time means the world to me. I don't think you guys understand how much that I wish that I had a live, I could like watch things live and bitch while I do it, because I have so all the opinions, you guys. I'm like, I get so mad at characters and plot lines. I'm like, you could have done better. You could have done better. But something like this show needs to be shit on. This show needs to be shit on. The fact that they thought it was okay to spend all of that money making a show like this, and then all the cast was like, oh, yes, this is a great concept. Let's do this. Like, that taints my idea of these people as actors and actresses completely. No, because I can't. The problem is I can't sit there and watch the entirety of something, and I don't want to do movie reviews and I don't want it. I don't enjoy it. I don't think it's fun. I don't think sitting there watching someone go over movies from like 35 years ago. To me, that's not fun. I have no interest in doing that. Just like I really don't want to make my channel about like music reactions. I'm not doing that either. Like I do it sometimes, but I'm not gonna. That's not my thing. Yeah, no. However, I have no problem reviewing things. I think that was fun for me to sit here and say, look, full spoilers. I'm going to tell you all the bullshit. And here's the thing. I didn't even get past episode 2. I shut it off and I was like, oh, I didn't even get through episode 2. I got like halfway through. I'm like, no, because that's when I stopped and I asked ChatGPT. I'm like, this person is so cringe unlikable. Her attitude is just rude. And don't get me wrong, I'm sarcastic, blunt, and I blow people off and I irritate people, think I'm mean. Cool. She's like, she has a bitch written over her, like tattooed on her fucking forehead. If you add her and Rachel Ziegler, she would have a forehead big enough to like. I don't like what I don't like, you guys. I'm sorry. Okay, so I've decided I'm gonna watch one more video and then I'm gone for the day because I should have taken a picture so I could show you, but I'm doing laundry. Like, you know, I basically kind of fuck around with my laundry for a long time. And then I do it all at once. And I do it like in an entire weekend. And I have like 85 piles of laundry. But I have to go through my kids' stuff to get rid of all the stuff that she's not going to wear anymore. So I'm going to be doing that. And I'm halfway through it from yesterday when I was watching that show as something to do while I did laundry, you guys. Get where I'm going with that? Why is everything charging me? I swear to God, I have like auto payments on. I keep turning it off. Like TubeBuddy just nailed me. They increased their rates and now I paid I literally just got nailed with Walmart, Amazon, Netflix, and TubeBuddy today. And I only have like $20 in my account. So yeah, that's going to be fun. I hope it just boing. I actually turned my Cashapp card off so it would stop auto posting shit to my account. Anyway, so I'm going to go back to decoy voice because I fucking like this guy. I am totally here for his stuff. And by the way, I love when people say, I watch such and such, so you don't have to. And I'm going to label that. I'm actually going to post that today, that Pulse review. I'm posting that today, and I'm going to title it, I watched Pulse, so you don't have to. Okay, I'm going to go with it's another reason I keep yawning for no apparent reason. Okay, so there's a couple, these are about Tesla stuff. There's stuff about Johnny. This one's a fuck around and find out, which I think is hilarious. So I'm going to watch this next. I'm going to go pee real quick, you guys, and then I'll be right back. I'm going to watch more video, and then I'm out for the day. Does this sound good? Sound good? Let me turn your music back on so that you have something to listen to while I do my thing. I don't even know what song it is, so you're welcome. All right, I'll be right back. 2 seconds. Or like 2 minutes. hope it's a good song. I hope it's a good song. I don't even know. I don't know why I'm dancing. I don't know how to dance. Let's stop. Let's not do that anymore. Okay. I'm back. If you guys didn't figure that out.
A delivery can save the day.
Okay. Okay. My nose is running, you guys. I'm sorry. My nose is running. I'm sorry. I can't help it. I actually went in there to try to I actually did go pee, but I also wanted to see if I could get my nose to stop running, and it didn't work. I tried to catch it, you guys. My shirt is sideways. Anyway. Okay. So this is Decoy Voice. Another one of his videos. This says Tesla Cam gets justice. Now, I don't know what the title means. Tesla Cam gets justice? Okay. I think it's a FAFO situation. Let me close that, all my other tabs. 1 second. Okay. So.
In San Jose,
Okay. Tesla Cam gets justice. This is by Decoy Voice. I haven't seen this. I don't know what it's about. If the clueless look on my face is any indication, I'm not bullshitting you. So there. My Cybertruck was attacked by an Elon Musk hater. Okay. I don't usually watch a lot of this stuff. I don't have a Tesla. I'm not a super for or against anything. I don't care. It is what it is. This has nothing to do with me, and I don't want to get wrapped up into the stupidity that people bring. But anyway, so I haven't been looking at this, but now I'm going to. So let's see what they say, because I know that they've been attacking Teslas. It's just they're attacking small businesses in protest. Remember they were doing that? Because apparently destroying small businesses was fighting against big companies somehow burning their own town. Anyway, so we know what the logic is around here. My Cybertruck was attacked by an Elon Musk hater.
In San Jose, California, these guys park behind a Cybertruck when a guy with blonde highlights in 2025.
Did he just walk in there? With his chesticles out? Is that what he just did? Oh, that's gotta be a meme. Him walking.
Park behind a Cybertruck when a guy with blonde highlights.
Does he look like the Fortnite emote that's like... I'm sorry.
In 2025, comes out and kicks it. Now the owner returns and immediately confronts him and his friends.
You guys are pieces of dude. That's my car. That's your car? Yeah. What's your friend's problem?
Immediately assessed the damage, called 911, and secretly followed them to the place they were going.
White dude, pink hair. Maybe 40?
So it took about 10 minutes for the cops to arrive. They questioned me, so I showed them the videos.
It's got to be an Elon Musk violation.
It
is that how you walk? That's hilarious. Me too, you guys. I walk with my arms out and my boobs out.
Arrived. They questioned me, so I showed them the videos.
It's got to be an Elon Musk violation.
It is, yeah.
He and his friends went to the movie theater.
Got 5-0 out here.
Turns out they were watching Death of a Unicorn, so the cops went in, paused the entire...
What's Death of a Unicorn? Is that a movie or something? I would assume it's a movie. They're in the movie theater, right? What's Death of a Unicorn? Rabbit hole unlocked. We will go down that in a little bit.
5-0 out here. Turns out they were watching Death of a Unicorn, so the cops went in, paused the entire movie, and told the guy, "You need to come with us."
Not so funny now, is it, big
Stop the
man?
movie.
The police asked if I wanted to press charges, and I said absolutely. This is going to be a few $1,000s in damages for sure. Most people get away with vandalism, but not this guy. We got him. Thanks, Elon.
Oh, wow. What's up, bro?
Even though the original poster has 250,000 followers on TikTok, this clip barely caught any traction. And on YouTube, he has similar numbers, where he also was seen by next to nobody. Now, most of the comments were siding with the owner of the Cybertruck, but some were upset that Elon allegedly wasn't elected in office, how they sold their Tesla to support the homeless community, but also how this was a
They sold their Tesla to support the homeless community.
They sold their Tesla to support the homeless community, but also how this was a staged video, as he likely has a handful of cops that will help him, as he's just riding the wave of people attacking Teslas. And I think that's nonsense, as nobody's gonna Jussie Smollett their own Tesla.
I love his voice.
And I'm not saying this guy's doing this, but it was peculiar how misaligned his view to subscriber ratios were, and how they all seem to click funnel to his paid-for class, where you can give him $2,000 to learn how to make millions in landscaping. I honestly started to be somewhat skeptical, because everybody, including myself, is covering the insanity around people attacking Teslas.
Is this gonna have a plot twist? Oh, I'm so fucking here for it. Where's my popcorn?
And even though they claimed the vandals would be getting terror charges, it really seems like only the most extreme cases of this is going that way, with a lot of them just getting minor misdemeanors. But no, I just don't think you stage a Tesla attack for clout, let alone find someone willing to risk jail time so you can go viral. I'm just jaded after seeing all those idiots online creating viral moments, all in an effort to promote their adults-only content. But it's more likely that
Ew, he did adults only. Ugh. Who wants to see that? That kid, he's not an attractive person. Okay, let me just be honest, you guys. Make money how you're gonna make money. If you want to flop your bits, and people are to pay you to flop your bits around, by all means, get fucking paid. I've considered it. Don't even think I haven't. I've considered it. Just saying. And I don't judge people that do it. I don't care. Make your money. If there are creeps out there who are willing to pay for you to like do weird shit, then go do weird shit, as long as you're safe and as long as you're not harming anyone and as long as it's not violating any laws, right? That's how I feel. Make your bag. I don't give a shit. Do what you got to do. Support your family. Make money. Whatever. Here's the thing though. I just have this weird thing about how I would need to be somewhat attracted to the people that are on. I'm not saying everyone needs to be gorgeous, but like penis head over here. I don't think he's still underage. Is he still underage? Because then what the fuck is he doing with adult content? That's not even right. He looks like a dick. I'm sorry. His hair and everything. It's the super floof. Like, you saw me fighting my floof earlier. Who does that? Like, hey, let's make my hair look like I had a hat on. I don't know.
it's all in an effort to promote.
Like, somebody wanted to see that? What was under all of that? Isn't he underage? I don't know. Guys, I don't even know. I don't know You suck. I have to Google it now. What's his name? Dude, I don't even know his fucking name. What's his name? Jack Streamer exposed for fake videos. Doherty. So his name is Jack Doherty. Okay. Okay. How old is he? How hard is it to answer a fucking question? How old is Jack Doe? He's 21. So I can talk all the shit I want. No one wants to see what penis head looks like under the covers. Okay? Nobody cares. He's 21. I can say this shit. I don't care if the old content is from when he was young. I don't care, you guys. I don't care. I didn't even know what his fucking name was. I don't watch this shit. I don't think this is entertainment. Whatever. So I get that. Basically what he was saying is that he was faking a bunch of videos so that he could sell his adult content. Fair enough. Do I think people should bullshit and lie to people? Absolutely fucking not. If you know anything about me, you know that I am not about that life. You get all of the stupid-ish from me. So anyway, back to the video and the whole point. I'm so sorry that we went on that odd side quest here. I'm sorry.
Just jaded after seeing all those idiots online creating viral moments, all in an effort to promote their adults-only content. But it's more likely that some idiot thought he could get away with kicking an armored core surrounded by HD cameras, and if that sounds too stupid to believe, it's even stupider to see. So hopefully this Sanho...
Did you just say he's the poster boy for vaginal dryness?
Jose district attorney is willing to throw the book at him, but I'm not really counting on it in California. The bigger issue I'm having here is most of the Tesla vandals we've seen acted alone, but this bleached blonde bandit was in a pack of 4 other guys.
By the way, that's another video of his that I'm considering watching right after this one. It depends on how I feel.
That weren't willing to call him out on his fatherless behavior, which leads me to believe this isn't something out of the ordinary for this group, as even seemingly normal friend circles are leaning this way.
I drive a Tesla, my husband drives a Tesla, and I just found out that one of our friends is getting disowned and uninvited by friends and family members because they drive a Tesla. This is not a political statement. It's not like, oh, I'm pushing all of my beliefs on you or anything about politics. Like, it's your car. And they're not getting invited to parties because they drive a Tesla.
Now, I haven't witnessed anything this stupid, but I do know people that were cut out of friend groups over the vaccine, which really makes me wonder.
That's true. Absolute true. People attacked each other. Absolutely attacked each other. Threatened lives, like disgusting, despicable. And we're not going on that side quest, y'all.
When did liberalism become such a cult? Where it's not enough that they never step out of line with the Democrat Party, but they have to cut anybody out of their life that doesn't conform with the beliefs of the Democrat Party. Then
Thank you. That is exactly, you guys, that is what the definition of a cult is. A cult is that it has a charismatic leader. It has specific, I'm spitballing, guys. A specific group of rules and practices and like ways of belief that you have to conform to. You're not allowed to question the leaders. There are consequences, and if somebody does not agree or conform to your way of thinking, then they are a traitor. They are the enemy, and you cut them out of your life completely. They are not welcome anywhere near anything that questions anything the leadership says or the beliefs or the faith or the doctrine that they have put in place. Anyone that does not completely conform needs to be cut out and ostracized and treated like shit. Get them far, far away. You don't want anyone questioning you ever. So that is literally a cult. I get what he's saying. Snaps for you making that connection, sir. I am stoked. That was a really good, I'm sure other people have, but this is the first time I've heard it put in that context. Fucking love it. That is a side quest I would go on, by the way.
Cut anybody out of their life that doesn't conform with the beliefs of the Democrat Party. Then when someone in your group goes insane and starts physically attacking those that aren't in your cults, the rest of the group has to just keep their head down and nod in agreement for fear that they may be the next target. And I could expand upon this forever, but let's keep Decoy voice concise and lighthearted commentary. But if you want long-form podcast-style discussions, head over to the new channel Decaf Decoy. I'll post a link down below where we're bringing back live streams. And once we get enough subscribers over there, we'll record all the episodes live so we can include you guys in the conversation. So hopefully I've earned your subscription here, or subscribe over there, or maybe both. Then go check out the video on how one police chief is calling the Tesla vandals the real victim.
Oh, I love his content, you guys. Okay, so this video is the one he was... No, there's two. There's multiple videos that he's done on this. He keeps them about 5 minutes, which is an interesting choice considering that 8 minutes is the length you need for mid-rolls. I don't care about that. He obviously doesn't either. I think that he's more interested in keeping his videos in a bite-sized piece so that people are more likely to click. People are more likely to click shorter videos, or I don't know, not me, but it depends. You're going to subscribe to him just to unsubscribe? I mean, do you? Whatever you want to do, that's fine. I personally like this. I think this was great. It wasn't what I expected. I appreciated that he used this as a way to segue into some other talking points, because you know me, I'm all about talking points. I'm here for that. I'm going to link everything down below when I repost this. I will repost this sometime in the next couple of days. First, I'm going to repost my I Watched Pulse So You Don't Have To video, because that one's got to go. That one's got to get posted. But after that, either this evening or tomorrow, I'll post this one as well as the one I did earlier. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I think he's cool. Like, subscribe to his video. I'm linking it below and all that. And now I'm going to go back to the live stream. Okay, bye. That was cool. I like his channel. I totally love that. Hey, what's up, Blindsight? I saw you. I've seen you. I've been I'm recording them obviously to repost, and you'll see me wave and all stuff. That's because I see what people are saying, and every once in a while I will say something I see in chat. But on the flip side, right? Of course I can see you. Can you see me? That's a bigger question, isn't it? That was a tasteless joke, but you asked for it. Wallflower, I'll probably dive into that catalog. Those are perfect bite-sized pieced videos with really good commentary and like a soothing voice, and they're visually pleasing. It works out perfectly. I am totally here for that. And now I need to find out. No. What is Death of a Unicorn? Are unicorns real? For being blind sight, you sure can type. Just saying. I'm not giving you shit. I understand. Oh, no, she didn't. Yes, I did. Hold on. What is death? I know there's a huge delay in the live stream. So, death of a unicorn. Man and his daughter accidentally hit and kill a unicorn with their car, and his boss tries to exploit the creature's miraculous curative properties with horrific results. Y'all, what the hell is that? Actually, I'm going to pull it up on the... Who? You see my face looks screwy? I'm confused. Death of a unicorn. Is that a fucking unicorn? What the hell is that? Oh.
This April at Renewal by Anderson.
Jenna Ortega, Paul Rudd. Okay, so the cast is not bad, right?
Replace your windows, your patio door.
Unicorns used to be seen differently. Hundreds and thousands of years ago, they were seen as like these divine monsters. But I am telling you right now, bad things will happen.
Yes, we have a moral imperative to saw the horn off that fucking pony. What do you say?
That's like the opposite of what I just said.
What the fuck? What the I'm not a huge fan of Jenna Ortega. Like, I think she's good, but I think that she basically plays off of this look right here with the big eyes, the Wednesday Addams type, like, creepy look. I think that she just literally, like, that's her whole brand, which is okay. Do you have your brand? Do what you need. You make a lot more money than I do. Like, so who the fuck am I to say anything? But on the flip side, I'm neither here nor there with her. At least I know who she is. Most actors and actresses, I don't even know who the fuck they are. And did they say Paul Rudd? How old is he now? That's not Paul Rudd, is it? Paul Rudd's older. There he is. Right?
A lot of species in this area are rare. What exactly are we saying this is, though?
I think we know exactly what it is.
I know the song, though.
Horse-like,
I'll get nailed for that song, though. Wouldn't it be nice to...
It's a fucking unicorn.
I don't think I should be in swim shorts for this moment.
That was stupid. Why is that a funny saying?
I don't think I should be in swim shorts for this moment.
Yeah, I'm not watching that. Yeah, I'm not watching that. That right there, if that's the type of humor that they have, is him saying, I just feel like this is too big of a moment for me to be in swim shorts. You literally, like, it's not funny. It's not funny. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I get the concept of what they're doing, and I probably would like to watch the video as long as, like, that kind of bullshit is not in it. Because if that's in it, I don't want to see it. I don't need you to, like, you're not trying to be cute. You're not trying to be funny. When people stop the entire movie and deliver a line, you're not doing your job right. It should be in the middle. Huh? Blindside, I don't know what you're talking about, sweetheart. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're saying, but if you gotta go, I get it. It's cool. It's illegal to hunt unicorns in Michigan. No, here's the thing. I think that we need to bring back good writing. I think we need to bring back, acting and doing their jobs and portraying good characters. I think we need to stop making it about the punchlines. I mean, there's comedy and there's punchlines, but not everything needs to be a fucking joke. Not everything needs to be delivered with, like, complete, like, not everything needs to be like that. I don't know. I'm not a huge, I don't know. I don't know. Blindside, I know exactly what you're talking about, but I'm choosing to ignore it. Only because, frankly, none of that shit has anything to do with me. None of it. Absolutely none of it. So, it is what it is. Just like any of that stuff that's going on in different camps and nothing to do with me. And I don't care. I'm not participating. I don't give a shit. Life's too short. Sorry, not sorry. And if that makes people mad at me, then be mad. Like, bye. I'm gonna go cry about it later. Make sure to send me a note and tell me, like, it's an airport, and announce your departure. I don't give a shit. I'm just letting you know. I don't fucking care. I'll put everybody in the same room. You think I'm playing? Don't watch me. I'll do it in a heartbeat. I just think that some shit is just. Yes, thank you. Contrary to popular belief, we are adults, are we? Like, who knew? Don't remind me, bitch. Rude. So anyway, I am gonna get off here because I got shit to you guys, and I actually want to say right, I've been on here for 2 hours, and I actually have some decent content to repost, which I'm super stoked about. I hope you guys will, like, do me the favor, because you love me and I appreciate you to pieces, and I do really mean that I appreciate you. If you don't mind when I do repost it, if you will just jump on there and let it play in the background, to get the watch time up, and hit the like and drop a comment, that would be really helpful. I've noticed I get a lot more I get a lot more views than I get likes, which is fine. I don't like anything anymore. Like, I never hit the like button because I like liked videos. I've got like 70, 18,000 or something. It's stupid. But if you guys don't mind when I repost, if you would do that for me, just because, you know, you love me, and it would really help me out. I appreciate it. Returning viewers really do matter. I know you guys saw it on the live stream, but I thank you for spending your morning with me, and I hope you get a lot of things done today, or be productive, or be not productive if that's how you choose to live your life. Live your best life. Do your laundry or don't. I don't give a shit. Like, it don't bother me none. As long as I don't have to do your laundry, I don't really fucking care. But just enjoy your day. Remember, life is too short to deal with people's bullshit. And yeah, less than 2 weeks till Vegas. I'm fucking stoked, y'all. I'm so excited. I'm excited. Anyway, love you guys. I'm out of here. Have a good night. Have a good day. Have a good whatever you're having, whatever time it is. Do not correct me on what time of day it is. I'm so fucking sick of that. Everybody does that, and it irritates me. I don't care what time it is. You know what I'm saying. I'm saying, that's all I'm saying. Anyway, birthday dinner with your oldest. Cool. There you go. My oldest doesn't speak to me, so, you know. Surprise. Some people don't like me. Who knew? Anyway, I'm going to get that. I'm going to go smoke a cigarette, and then I'm going to come back in here, and then I'm going to get that video, the Pulse one, ready to post, and then I'm going to edit the live stream from the other night for somebody, and then I'm going to get the other videos ready to post, and then I'm going to do laundry. Work is never done, y'all. Okay, I will see you guys later. Have a good one. Goodbye. Arrivederci. A tutelar. A demain. Ciao. Aloha. Later.